Hey, everybody, welcome back. I'm Sherry,
And I'm Brooke.
and I'm going to turn you up a little bit more, Brooke.
Oh, guys, I'm
um,
sorry. Audio issues this week. Me too.
it's been a bad week, and we don't have time to get into it.
Yeah, not today. Sorry. We actually have to do it on time today. We can't talk for 30 minutes.
I finished editing episode 8 to upload for today, and our post discussion was 20 minutes.
Hey, if you're here for the discussion, we give it to you.
And it's the full sync, it's the sync and everything. It,
Yeah, we don't leave anything out.
Brooke is reacting to Hercules and the Legendary Journeys. We're on season 2. This is episode 2. Any
Woo.
thoughts up to this point?
I think I mentioned it in the last one, but who knows? I'll say it again. I think they've definitely found their stride a bit more with season 2, which is common because you kind of have a better understanding of your characters, your team has worked together longer, and you probably have a better idea of where the show's gonna go.
Hmm.
So I really enjoyed the first episode of season 2.
Cool. Well, this episode is called Sins of the Past. Any guesses?
Mhm. Well, somebody's past has to come into play. But will it be Hercules? I feel like it would be interesting because other than the first movie where he's kind of misogynistic, we don't really see a lot of him making bad choices or mistakes. He's kind of our hero, so he's always saving the day. My cat just leaped off the couch and ran across the room. But so I'd be interesting to see him face consequences for a decision, where he actually was in the wrong and how he handled that.
Yeah, and we actually, through the movies and the first season, we've discovered he's not the perfect man.
No.
Um, so he does have his qualities that need improvement.
Yeah, so I think it would be interesting to see him because definitely for most of the show he always seems to be kind of in the right. It would be interesting to see him face consequences for a time when he was in the wrong and have to atone and fix it.
Yep. Any guesses to who his sidekick is going to be?
I think Eolus will be here. I feel like he stepped into main characters in that last episode, but then if he's not in this episode, then I guess he's just the side character again. But I feel like I like him. I feel like people would have liked him at the time, so upgrading him to a main cast member would make sense to me.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into it and see what kind of trouble Hercules is into and what lessons we're going to learn and all of that jazz.
Let's go.
She was Xena, a mighty princess. Her courage will change the world.
Wow, the Earth is so pretty. We should stop destroying it. I can't tell if that's Xena because that's not her horse, but I just saw a brunette lady. It is. It's our queen. Oh, it might be the sins of her past because she used to attack people. Okay, I got you. I don't know why I assumed because she was getting her own show that we wouldn't see her this season, but it kind of makes sense.
Hello?
Oh, what's up?
You got any food you could spare?
Where are your parents?
Starved, child.
They were killed by Xena, the warrior princess. She came down out of the sky in a chariot, throwing thunderbolts and breathing fire.
She's like, I wish.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
I never would lose.
And she gave him some food.
Have a giant block of cheese.
Cheese and bread.
Precious nutrition.
That's actually what they bundled a lot in the Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
because it
apples.
laughed.
Yep.
Oh, you're not gonna not be a warrior anymore. Drama. You can't get rid of that sick ass weapon. It's just not possible. What the fuck? See, those women need you to kill those men. Or maybe some of the men are in trouble too.
Okay, we can do this one of two ways. You can let us have the girls and go back to those hovels you
No.
call home, or we can hack you all into little pieces and take the girls anyway.
What a theater kid.
But we'll take
Well, now
them
if you had your
and anybody
weapon.
else we want. Start hacking.
Get wrecked, bro.
Maybe she doesn't need her weapons.
Maybe not, but there's a lot of them. If they all come at her, it's more like one well-placed strike could be bad. Without armor. Not that her armor covered a lot,
Right.
but it covered, like, you know, the vital organs.
But not the major arteries.
No. I guess she's hoping they don't know where those are.
I like how this show
You
defies
ruined my
physics.
Yeah. You ruined my sick ass kick. Guys, there were 4 of you with spears. This is embarrassing. Yeah, get them. Oh. Well, now you wish you had your sharp ring.
Notice how the dirt is loose right below her hand?
Get it. Get it. Well, that, yeah. Okay. Now it's cut in metal. Iconic. I mean, there were more of them.
They were smart and ran away.
She's like, yeah, why'd I bury my sword? This is fun.
I know. She does enjoy it.
Yes! Queen. Me not knowing we're actually watching the first episode of Xena.
Yes, you figured it out. This is
Drama.
actually the first episode of Xena, not the second episode of Hercules.
I was like, he would have shown up by now. I'm right.
Yeah.
Iconic.
So, I wanted to surprise you since you knew it was coming up. I didn't want to let you know exactly when.
I was like, wow, this episode's really about her. He hasn't even, like, seen him yet. Or his dead kids in the opening.
Right.
Somehow Hercules' blown apart family is still in the opening of this show. That would be so funny.
We'll have to see if we recognize any scenes.
Poseidon.
Mm-hmm.
That's Percy Jackson's dad. Everyone who doesn't watch Percy Jackson, like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah, and for anybody who is just joining us, she is a Percy Jackson fan.
Yeah, me and my best friend since 4th grade will be reacting to the show together. I think by the time this is up, those will already starting to upload. They're starting on Patreon on the 1st of January.
Awesome. So. Okay. Yeah, it'll be before this episode, so.
Yeah, so if you guys want to see that, there'll be early access on Patreon.
Yes. And that is a great bridge to us saying real quick, please like, subscribe, visit both of our YouTube channels, visit her Patreon. I don't do Patreon. All of our social media stuff is down below. Check it out.
Yeah, you get uncut reactions on Patreon. So that can help if you're like someone who struggles with like the blurring or the editing stuff.
Yes. There's a lot of blurring with these series, so.
Yeah, they're very protective.
Yep. All right. We're going to continue.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, I love the idea of her just knocking all the men to the ground. What a queen. We're giants.
Forged in the heat of battle.
Wow.
So I don't know if you
get a girl gang.
Yeah. I don't know if you've picked up on it, but some of the scenes are from the Hercules series.
Yeah, a couple look familiar.
Yeah.
Yes, queen. Snaps for the queen.
You know, we'd like you to move on.
Move on. Father says
Okay,
she
nobody
must
asked
tend to her wounds
you.
here.
Daughter, hush. We know your reputation. We just want you to leave.
But
She
Father,
helped.
saved.
Don't take too long.
Skedaddle.
Okay, you're welcome for
Let's go, Gabrielle.
saving you,
Just because we're
asshole.
betrothed doesn't mean you can boss me around. I want to stay and talk to Xena.
Yeah, you tell him.
You've got to take me with you and teach me everything you know.
She's like, this
You
place
can't
sucks.
leave me here.
Why?
It's not the gentle part I have a problem
She's like, yeah,
with.
he's
It's
boring.
the dull, stupid part. Xena, I'm not cut out for this village life. So what route do you usually take?
Don't even think about
So I
it.
can follow you.
What?
Following me?
Big dreams, bad liar.
You don't want to make me mad now, do you?
Do it anyway.
Do you
Drama.
recognize the blonde?
God, no.
She was the first Dayanara.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. It's been too long. Look at that hair.
All right.
How'd he do that?
All four of you.
The skull cap.
Ooh.
The Mohawk skull cap.
Yeah. I don't trust anybody enough for this. Except for, like, Katniss from the Hunger Games.
Who has the green arrows? Green, not me, thank the gods.
You asked them to shoot at you. It's not his fault you couldn't catch it.
Exactly.
Ares has
What?
smiled on you.
Oh,
Sign
good.
him up. I'll kill her. Pray to the gods you never have to deliver on that boast.
Haha, he doesn't believe in you.
Directed by Doug Leffler. He was the one that directed the first episode of Hercules of season 2.
Okay. Were they filming at the same time? 'Cause
Probably.
That sounds busy.
So do
He
you.
must have been busy.
You picked the wrong woman to get rough with.
It never would have happened if you'd been more cooperative.
Ew. Don't talk to her like that. I wanted her to kill him, but okay.
What do you want?
I want you to spare that village.
You care about those peasants?
I get her goal here because she
I
feels
could
bad for
have
them, but they're
mercy on
just
that
gonna
village.
kill other people.
If
Yeah.
I
we
can't.
make an
His
invincible
hair is
team.
so bad. The fake piece, anyway.
Oh, I don't think it's supposed
I
to
can't do
represent
it.
hair.
Oh, I keep thinking it's supposed to be like a
What does that
braid.
mean?
No, I think
Maybe
it's a cap.
Oh, that makes more sense.
I'm
I
going
still
home.
hate it. It looks like the weirdest braid ever.
Yeah.
I
What
dreamt
is-
of being with
Sir,
you in love,
do you really think
or
that's gonna
against
work?
you in battle.
Oh no, you might slit my throat with this child toy. The least sharp knife
I'll
ever.
Spare that village.
I don't super believe him.
You'll get the same treatment, I guarantee it.
Your father's gonna beat her with a hammer? I know that house.
Have we seen it
Oh,
before?
like- I don't know, it looks like Hercules' old house.
It had a tree in it, though. Like a tree to the one
okay.
side.
It's probably just a reused set then.
Yeah. I was going to say it's possible they just took the tree off and
Yeah.
finished it.
I was like, because I definitely feel like we've seen that shot. So I was like, oh, Hercules is going to be in the episode. No, she's sneaking out.
What's in the bag?
Drugs. I'm a drug dealer. And I'm going to do that. Okay, harsh.
A warrior. Gabrielle, I can beat you up. Yeah, but you're very strong for your age. Lila, you know I'm different
You're like
from everybody
12.
else.
She needs her own little blonde
Cheer
sidekick.
up. Don't let her carry the water from the well by herself.
It's tasks like that that make me glad that we're not back in those days.
Yeah, I know. Imagine having to go walk to a well in the winter. Ick.
Walk to the outhouse in the winter.
Yeah, I'm kind of lucky I'm younger because my aunt and uncle live up in Maine and they like built their house.
Mm.
But originally they just lived in their sap house. Like when my cousins were when they were teenagers, I wasn't born yet, and they had an outhouse.
Okay.
And like everyone slept in like one room and had to go to the outhouse and stuff. And by the time I was old enough to go up there, they had a real house. Electricity and plumbing, and I was like,
Oh, shoo.
Come on,
sometimes
boy.
it plays to be the baby. Horse says no bridge. Ugly.
I can't remember if she said the horse's name yet, but the horse is Argo.
I love him already. Or her. I don't know. Horses like no one stuffs up, bro. Oh, he big. Oh, is that his dad with the hammer? It'd be a lot harder to avoid.
Smell trouble?
Oh, that's kind of sad. Unless he's a bad guy.
To cut down on the people eating, huh?
Yeah, maybe don't eat people. You can't beat her. Eat shrimp. Does the horse know she beat him? He's like, well, you humiliated him, so I'll come back.
I'm a blind cyclops for crying out loud.
Does
You
have
could
a
hire
point.
yourself out to a village as a protector?
How can you start eating mutton when you're used to human flesh?
Better than eating nothing because you can't find
Xena
anyone.
was spotted
Right.
toward the... We'll march right into Amphipolis and torch everything in sight. Spread the word that we're doing
So
it
he
on
didn't
Xena's
keep his
orders.
word.
There's
What
no
a
rest
dink.
for the wicked.
Do they think these mohawks look cool? This is like if like 7-year-olds got to design the army outfits. How's she getting by the Cyclops? Drama. She's not.
Immortal Father Zeus in heaven, curse this brute if he eats me. Torture him with the slain serpent's blood and the crows dropping.
Shut up! I hate
He's like,
food.
I don't care.
I know Xena, the warrior princess.
I hate Xena, the warrior princess. She...
I said I know her, not
Who
that
said
we were
anything
friends.
about friends? I've been
Yeah.
threatening her to kill her. She'd never let a man get close enough to do her. At least not that kind of do her. But a young, innocent-looking girl like me,
Child.
I'll catch her
Child.
totally off guard. Gouge out them eyeballs and bring them back to you. Make a nice little appetizer, don't you think?
She's such
do
a
that for
drama
me?
kid.
She got out of the trap.
Yeah, if he hadn't
Go
been
on.
stupid,
And if
she'd
you
be
bring me
dead.
a leg too, I'd appreciate it.
A leg. She's got two, doesn't she?
I mean, well, girls make a good time for her being on a horse.
There's been stops along the way.
No offense, guys, you kind of stand out a bit.
They're not exactly quiet.
No, and like they're not like blending in with the foliage or anything.
And I like how they have the purple armbands to show that they're with Draco.
Yeah, she already like clocked you. Didn't hear him go off a horse. I'm judging them. I'm also perfectly silent when I fall down. No embarrassment allowed.
What do you think?
I think you got a sore throat.
Drama. It's really all about the drama.
I've just blocked off the flow of blood to your brain. You'll be dead in 20 seconds unless I release you.
That was 10 seconds. He would have
Regain
been
feeling
dead.
in a few minutes.
So you mean an extra 10 seconds? So 30 seconds total?
It was around like, it was pretty close. When she said 10, I started counting down from 10. And I got
Okay.
to like, yeah, I got there like a few seconds before she hit him. But I mean, it was closer than some of the ones.
Okay.
There was an episode of Buffy recently with like a bomb, and they were like, there's 5 seconds left. And then like, there were still 5 seconds left.
30 minutes later.
Yeah, like,
This is the road to Amphipolis. Anybody
he's
that
like,
can come
sounds
out here
like
would
a
have been headed there.
coincidence.
Not everybody's the kindly old man who'll give me a ride.
I know I'm not going to give you a ride,
Oh, no, you've got to. I'll
Get
never make
wrecked.
it by myself.
but I ain't got any room.
My
Ma'am,
father
I'm
will
sorry,
give
I
you a
just don't
handsome
care.
reward when we reach Amphipolis.
The horse breeder?
Best horses in Thrace. I'll make sure he gives you a
She
fresh
got
steed for
lucky.
your troubles.
There ain't no horse dealers in
Oh.
Amphipolis. It's all sheep country.
He was tricking her.
I sing up at
Girl, I'll give you a ride if you
the most
stop talking.
tragic of things.
Would be me.
Oh.
I'd love to hear all about him.
Well, I guess I can make room for you up here somewhere.
No need.
It worked.
I'm remembering her more now. Her character was also chatty.
Yes.
You knew him
Her
personally?
voice is coming back to me.
Personally, but
It's not quite as bratty. It's just chatty.
No, she's just chatty.
Yeah.
I'd be like, listen, like, I'm so glad you're having fun, but like, shh.
I got a whole bag of shh.
Just know I have a whole bag of shh with your name on it.
Give me 10 minutes of peace.
I'm going to visit New Zealand one day.
I want to visit, like, as many countries as possible. Right now, I've visited none. But one day, I need to get my passport. I keep, like, meaning to, and then being like, time.
Yeah, I don't have one either.
Especially because I'm in New Hampshire, I could just drive to Canada. I just don't have a passport. I also have a friend in the UK, so if I went there, I wouldn't have to pay for a hotel or anything. So I'm like, okay, maybe one day. But plane tickets are so expensive.
Yeah.
Drama. Also, iconic shirt.
Just because it's purple?
Wow, her mother actually looked age appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay. She
Looks
mad.
like her mother.
Yeah, like she actually seems like she could be her mom, not her older sister.
Weapons? Neither are you.
Okay, damn.
What are you doing here? Go away, Xena. This is not your town anymore.
Maybe Draco was right.
Well, they didn't beat her with a hammer.
That's true.
But, like,
just
they
took
don't
her
hate her
sword
as much
away.
as him. Yeah. Though she used it on them before, that's fair.
Choose a weapon. Now.
Oh shit.
Get the men ready for a
They're
forced
gonna
march.
break up,
What's the
Hazel.
state of the troops?
They're gonna break up.
About ready now. The 3rd Division can
I
join us
love
at
when
Thrice.
people can do backflips that are
Take the Strymon
impossible.
Road and be there in 2 days. No.
Like, sir, you just jumped over a
March them
person.
north. We'll flank Amphipolis on both sides.
Bro, I lose breath walking up the stairs. He's like giving a speech while kicking someone.
I know.
I don't think you want to do that, sir.
Get someone to clean off my knife.
Too late.
Oh, and Gar, when we find her, she's mine.
Ew, I hate that shit. But also it works, because then they're not all trying to kill her, so you have an excuse why they're not. Just like, you know, overwhelming someone.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, I did not leave. Drama.
It's a beautiful blue.
Yeah, her colors are really... Like, I like the periwinkle, too.
Yeah.
On her sleeves.
If you won't mount a defense, then you must leave here.
They're like, we're not listening to you.
What other purpose could you have?
She's sorry. Forgive her.
But I'm gonna spend the rest of my life trying.
Sometimes, though, when parents are mad at how their kid turned out, I'm like, who raised them, though? Like, how did they become who they are?
As a defense, I was going to say, there are lots of parents that do well with raising their kids, and the kids are just,
Yeah. It's just some of the times where someone's like, God, why are you so stubborn? It's like, well, they probably learned it from somewhere.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. I'm like,
yeah.
Her army is burning fields of the West Valley.
That's a lie.
She didn't have an army. She has one blonde
Then
girl.
why are they carrying your banners and shouting your name?
It's called a trap.
Well, what are you waiting for?
You can't throw rocks at her?
Take your revenge. Let me even the odds.
Wow, I'll talk no action.
Oh, we're
She's
going
like,
through the
they
gauntlet
actually did it.
again.
Now you don't know me.
She's like, excuse me.
I'm new, and I saw her do some heroic things in the name of good.
Unless you're suicidal, you'll get out of the way. She's brought Draco
What are you
down
gonna
on
do?
the valley.
Stone the little blonde girl?
What do you think he'll be like when he hears that you knocked off his woman?
She's like, I don't like being called his woman. Even when you're saving my life.
Shut up.
Like,
Get Xena
ew,
out of
I would
here
never.
right
Only date men from other TV shows. Look, she's annoying, but she's better with people than you are. It's kind of
That's
not your
true.
strong
Probably
point.
get up there behind you. Hey, I just saved your life.
She didn't invite you.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I just saved your life by being here without you asking me. Actually, you did ask me not to come.
Yeah.
But, you know.
To see my brother.
You got a brother? Yeah. Probably not Hercules. I learned that in the other show. Definitely wrong about that one. Oh, Sag.
Yeah.
They don't trust me.
I mean, you haven't done
Not
much to
even
earn
Mother.
it back yet.
Yeah.
And I wish you were here. It's hard to be
He's
alone.
like, sorry.
Peace out.
Not here. You've got me, random blonde girl. We'll learn her name eventually.
I believe they've said it, but I'll let them say it again.
Yeah. It'll take me a couple episodes. Also, like, what formation is this? You don't even have weapons.
We thought that if we pledged to supply your troops whenever you're in the area, that might be very valuable to you.
It's not a bad idea.
I was going to say, that's kind of a good idea.
Perhaps you do have something I want. Xena.
Xena?
Ooh, we told her to
But
leave.
she's not here.
We didn't trust her.
He's not lying.
I
Hello.
wasn't in there. I'm out here. Yeah, look how good I look. I look like I'm in an Instagram
Did they
filter.
throw you a party?
If only they had selfies back then.
She's
Even
like,
for
one
the
sec.
80s,
Or the other.
90s.
We could be great
We
together.
barely had cell phones at this time.
Celebrate your dark side. Don't run away from it.
Bro,
Right
nobody
with me.
likes you. You're kind of bad vibes.
Is
Less
that
bad
one way or
vibes
the
than the
other?
guy he killed, but still bad vibes. This guy's just a little more charismatic. So he's like a funner villain.
Yeah.
God. The flip. He misses, slams into him. She also has to flip up there. Yeah!
Show off.
Both flip. Get him!
Get him, Xena!
Oh, now they're cheering for Xena.
I know.
Oh, now
Why?
we're happy she's here.
Why to change her heart?
But to be fair, she kind of owes them this. So if she does save them, then that's better. You can't just hurt people and then walk back in and expect to be forgiven.
Yeah.
I gotta believe she's got better balance than him.
They both have good balance.
She's gotta let him tire himself out. Ooh. She didn't touch the ground, bro.
Yep, not yet.
She's gotta do like a flip. Haha.
That move kind of looks familiar, doesn't it?
They all are sick ass backflips. Uh-oh. Push him. Not walking on their head. What? Just move!
Xena, walk on me. You can have my shoulders.
I'll help you, Xena!
Now we're
This is
playing
the weirdest
chicken.
game of chicken I've ever seen. Okay, to be fair to the villagers, right? Like, just like move and make him fall. He's standing on you.
I know.
Oh my god, these people are gonna have so many concussions.
And very sore necks.
Like, at least she's on that guy's shoulder. A very sturdy shoulder. Stop helping him. That's cheating. Jesus. Are they
I
gonna
haven't touched the
kill
ground
him?
yet, Draco. But you have.
So the scene where he takes the staff and goes to hit her when she's hanging and she catches it in her
Ah.
feet reminds me of the scene in the last episode of season 2 of Buffy when she catches the sword
Oh, yeah,
and
that's it.
then pops it. So,
Hazel says hi.
hey Hazel.
She said, I'm getting a haircut today. She doesn't know it yet. She's not gonna be happy when we get there.
Does she get
That's
treat
fine.
afterward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If normally I'll buy her something there. They have these little like dried fish that she likes, which
Oh.
sounds like a cat thing, but
Yeah.
she loves them.
Hey,
So
whatever
I get her a
works.
couple of those. She
All right.
doesn't mind the haircut, doesn't like the bath.
I don't blame her on that.
Of course, now maybe you're willing to make a deal. If I
No
let you
deal,
go,
kill him.
No deal
out
killing
of the valley
me.
by sundown.
He's just gonna go on and kill other
the
innocent
head of
people,
Ares.
though.
I swear.
So it's kind of like,
On the head of Ares, god of war, to be out of the old
Yeah.
valley by sundown.
So we're finding it's a little hard for her to let go of her past.
I get it. She's trying to be a better person and not kill everyone. But some people are bad. Well, even he's like, no, I just like made the deal. What are you doing?
A deal's a deal.
Honor amongst criminals?
Yeah, kind of.
They're not really thieves.
I mean, Ares
You
is
can
very
take the loot
war
wagons, of
focused,
course.
probably very honor focused. Like, at least the people who follow him, not the guy himself,
I don't
right?
want anything.
Right.
But like, so he's probably like, no, she beat me. Like, I have to have honor or whatever in that. I don't have to have honor in murdering innocent people, but
Right. In some other town.
aww, Sag. Sag happy.
My little one. I forgive you.
She's like way taller than you, bro.
I hear a hoot owl.
Where's your buddy? It is.
I'm not the little girl that my parents wanted me to be.
I mean, she's probably safer traveling with you than traveling back on her own.
I saw some eye rolling.
Over there.
Aw, she's attached. She's like, well, Hercules has a little blonde friend. I guess I can have
Then why
one.
would you want to go into that with me?
That's what friends do. We stand by each other when there's trouble.
Yay, friendship.
Now, the campfire scene was supposed to be where the show ended, and they decided they needed a little bit more.
Yeah, I like that. Because it shows them continuing on.
Yeah.
And her immediately going back on sending her home in the morning.
And the flat earth.
Visual effects by Flat Earth.
We both saw that.
We both went triggered. They had no idea what they were causing.
The campfire scene was actually longer with Xena by herself. She was lamenting about not having her cook from her army.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
They cut that out.
Because she talks about it in Hercules too. She's like, I'm not cooking.
Yeah.
That's what Tiny Blonde Girl is for.
We've had the first episode of Xena. What'd you think?
Yeah. Okay. I don't want people to be mad, but it was like really, it was better. As like comparatively to like the first episode of Hercules to the first episode of this show. And to be fair, Hercules had a whole season before this, so they'd worked out the kinks, right? So they were definitely starting this show with a better idea of the main character, a better idea of the world she's in, in the world building and how characters interact. So I do want to give it that it kind of had that head start for a pilot.
Yeah.
That Hercules didn't have. I mean, I guess Hercules had the movies before the pilot show of the episode, but like the movies are different than a TV show, and they definitely, I think, worked out a lot of the pacing and stuff throughout that.
Yeah.
And they're able to take what they learned and apply it to this show. So of course this show's going to come in a lot stronger, especially because you're already emotionally connected to Xena from the episodes you saw of Hercules. So you're like, okay, I already know who this person is. It doesn't feel like you're meeting her for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a struggle that a lot of pilots have with making it like, why do I care about the main character? Like, I need to, like, you need to, especially for one where she's going home. Like, imagine if you didn't have the Hercules stuff and you just had this episode and you're like, why are people mad at her? Like, why is she upset? Versus, she was not in a good place and she was hurting a lot of innocent people before this. So you have that context to why the townspeople are mad at her and like why people don't trust her, or the other townspeople didn't want her to stay. So I think it just, that background helps this episode achieve a lot more. I also am just biased to women, and I'm not gonna lie about that. So I'm like, oh, I love their dynamic already. I still love Hercules and Aeolus's dynamic, but I was already like, oh, I love this already. Like, she's like head bitch in charge, and then she's got like her little bestie who's like, she's like, okay, well, I'll die for her.
Yeah. And to be fair, most spin-offs, you've had a lot more time with the character as well. whereas we've only had 3 other episodes with Xena.
Yeah.
So she hasn't had a lot of screen time for that you would normally think of for a spin-off show.
Yeah, and most of it she was still technically a side character.
Mhm.
Where like it doesn't feel as much from her perspective as I feel like this episode and the shots were.
And she was actually supposed to die at the end of Unchained Heart.
Stupid, dumb. Who wrote that? A man?
Well, before they realized that they were going to use her for the spinoff, because they knew they were going to do a spinoff, they just didn't know who yet.
Okay, there's no other options.
So when
Sorry,
they realized
Eolus is gonna get his own show.
when they realized that she would be a good spinoff, they decided not to kill her off. So
That's a good call, considering I'm pretty sure I've heard more about Xena like in the zeitgeist of pop culture than I have Hercules.
yeah, and they do refer to it as the Xenoverse rather than the Hercules verse. Although it's a
Yeah.
little easier to say too. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I have a friend who loves Xena, but I don't think she's ever mentioned Hercules. So I'm like, I didn't know they were actually connected.
yeah.
So I don't know. Like, it seems like they made the right call there. Somebody in marketing was like, no, 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 we can sell this.
Well, I'll mention who they were, the other character they were thinking of for the spinoff once we come across that character.
Okay. That's fine then. I thought it was a character already in Hercules, and I was like, ew. Who's gonna get their own show? Eolus is like the only one, but he's like so sidekick coded, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if people would have turned in for his show.
Don't know. I have a lot of facts that go along with the starting off of Xena, but since we don't have a lot of time, the only other one that I'll mention is that the theme song for Xena Warrior Princess is a modified version of Caval Severi. I don't think I'm saying that correctly, but it's from Les Mystères des Voix Bulgares.
Some kind of French.
Yeah, obviously, with my southern accent, it doesn't help.
I'm literally half French, and I'm like, ooh. I took
Well,
Spanish in high school.
I took 7 years of Spanish. I still can't speak it, and I got teased in high school that my Spanish had a southern accent. So,
I mean, I think if you have an accent, then your stuff has an accent.
usually, yeah. So, at any rate, that's where that theme song that we hear, we heard it in Hercules, and we heard it really well in this one.
Yeah.
That's what the music is. And we've heard her cry a little bit. Her cry is actually taken from, I can't say the word, undulations of ululations of Arab women.
Okay.
Lucy had come across the Afghan women doing these ululations and thought it would make a good warrior cry.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know exactly what her cry is supposed to be, but I like that she actually did research into where it comes from, and she wasn't just like, I'm just gonna scream.
It didn't just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was like, I hope this is not like when little kids play cowboys and Native Americans, and they just like scream, and you're like, I don't know if that's right. Maybe we should teach them not to do that.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that she actually put research into what went into it.
Yeah. Well, and Rob Tabor and John Schulian, they did some research on her weapon, the round one that you saw, which is called the chakram. And it actually is a part of ancient weapons. They saw this weird discus called the chakram, and they said, let's give this to her. And the John was like, oh, I hate it. I don't want to use it. And
It's so cool.
yeah, they were insistent on using it. So
Yeah, good for them.
even though physics wise, it doesn't really work like that in the real world.
Yeah, people also can't fly through trees in the real world.
Yeah,
We suspend our disbelief.
the chakram itself is a real weapon.
I like it.
So, yeah.
It's iconic. It's more iconic than like a sword.
Yeah. Everybody's got a sword, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some swords that you can recognize from sight, like Conan's sword. A lot of people recognize.
Weapons matter. It's like Katniss in the Hunger Games. She is the bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finnick is the trident.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like those weapons are cool and they stand out. Too many people have swords. But we can do more of the facts before we watch the next Xena episode too.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
have more
save them.
time then.
Yeah. So, what question do you have for everybody?
Ooh. I guess, well, they've probably already seen it, and we know there's Poseidon, but what kind of gods are they hoping to see in this show? If there's someone who maybe hasn't watched it before, but they're watching it for the first time, or if they've already seen it, who's their favorite god that we've seen so far? Because now technically we've seen like Poseidon, or has been mentioned. We saw Poseidon in the opening, and Blonde Girl mentioned
Mercury.
Hermes.
Hermes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
Hermes is the
used
Greek
the
version.
wrong name.
Yeah, but she mentioned him.
Yeah.
So it seems like we're gonna get more gods in this show, maybe. So maybe who's your favorite one in Xena? Because I think I've asked who your favorite one in Hercules is. So maybe I'll ask who's their favorite god that shows up in Xena. Because I know the god's name, so it's not super a spoiler if I know they show up or whatever.
Okay. Alrighty. As long as you ask for it.
Yeah, also because this episode won't be up for a while. So we might see them before we get there.
Might see a few more. We'll see.
Yeah.
Who knows? We don't know if we'll have any crossover gods, so we don't know if we'll actually see Ares or just hear
Yeah,
talk
that
of
would be
them.
interesting. If I
Um,
hear a peacock, I'm running.
Hera, yeah. All right. So, Xena in the books.
Yay! Okay, but you guys have to go make sure you subscribe and like, and you have to hit the bell notification too. You have to get the notifications, guys. I think that helps. I don't actually know. I don't think I've ever turned the bell on for anyone ever. But do it for
I've
us.
never turned it on because they always show up in my recommendations usually. But then every once in a while,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I haven't seen this person in a while, and I have to go look them
Yeah, so
up.
sometimes it helps remind YouTube that you want to see certain stuff.
Yeah. So, all right. Thank you all for joining us on this one. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.